The download for Windows 10 is now complete. According to our lab in here, we need to install a finance department client machine. So in order to do that, we can simply come in here and then again click on new, which is going to be our new virtual machine. So I'm going to name it Sanfrancisco Windows 10 finance machine. This is how I'm going to name it here so I can easily understand. So this is going to be Windows 10. It automatically detected it when I typed Windows 10. Next, how much of a RAM you want to assign? I'll just go with 1 GB since we are testing it here. But in real life, basically these days, the laptops that you buy is 16 or 32 GB of RAM. That's what we do these days. So how much of a disk space you want to use? The recommended side is 50 GB. So we're good with that, and we will use VDI again. Dynamically allocated is good for us, and I'll make it 20 GB because I do not want to use a lot of my disk space in here. So I'll create that, and then the next thing that we will do is we will go again to storage, and in here we will add the optical drive and choose disk, and simply this was for server, but we are gonna use for Windows 10, so I'll use for Windows 10 from here. So for Windows 10, this is the latest one. Yes, this is Windows 10. So I'll choose this, and I will click here, and this is now selected. Press OK here and then start. What it will do is it will boot up from the disk that we just attached to it. Alright, so looks like it detected the image and it's now booting up. So if you have already done the Windows 10 installation, you can do this on your lab, and if you already know how to do it, you can skip this video. But if you are new, I'll say just follow on this video so that you can learn how to install Windows 10 using VirtualBox. Alright, I accept, press next. Custom installation 20 GB, press next here, and we're good to go. So what it will do is it will start the installation, and you saw that it didn't ask for me like which edition do you want to choose, because if you remember we downloaded Windows 10 Enterprise. Alright, so it's finishing up the updates. It's now restarting after installing updates and other components which was needed. So after the restart region in here, and I'll choose United States, depends where you are living, and then the keyboard layout for me is US. If you want to use any other language, you can do that. I'll skip to add another layout because I don't need to at the moment. But in real life, you will have physical PCs, and then they will actually, the users will let you know if they want to add more languages. So in here, let's connect to a network. Right now, I don't have a network. I will click on here, because if I don't connect here, what will happen is, like, if I have internet, it will come up with a option where it will tell me sign in with Microsoft account, which I don't want to. So make sure you're disconnected from the internet when you are doing this setup. And then I'll say connect with limited setup. I do not want to do OneDrive and all those things at the moment. Who is going to use this PC? So this is going to be the name of the person who is going to be use this PC. So basically the employee name. press next here, create a password. So you're typing in the password. But when a computer is joined to the domain, you actually don't have to do all these things. That's why when you are connected to the internet, you have this option to log in with Microsoft and then domain join instead. We are not going to go through that way because we want to make sure that you understand this part and you also see what are the other ways and best practices before joining a PC to the domain. So basically, I am the help desk and I'm setting up this computer and making sure that I put the IP, I put the naming convention, and I make sure that it is 100% ready to join, because if I just join it without renaming the name, it is not a good practice again. That's why I am doing this screen for you. Security question, you can choose that. Like just put it anything you want because we will be joining it to the domain. So I'll put next, number 2, and then number 3. Next, and do more across device with activity history. Do you want to do the activity history? You can press yes or no depending on your needs if you want to have the history of all the activities that is happening. Get help from digital assistants like Cortana. We don't want that. We don't want another Siri here. Um, yes on those privacy settings, which are default, and we are good to go. Once this setup is complete, you will be able to log into your operating system. So this is basic way of installing a Windows 10 operating system, and in our next video we will see what is the best practice before joining a Windows 10 to a domain in a production, or like if you're working in a office.